Hello, friends. Welcome to another Hot Jobs at Hire Military. How are you all? Can you believe that we are in the second week of March already? This year is just flying by. And for those of you with spring break just around the corner, we are practically in summer, which means that kids are going to be off. We're going to have nice times, lots of vacations. And for me, lots of nice warm weather, which is fairly unusual here in Alaska. And I think I might be actually waiting until about July for that. It's great to see you. Hi. Let us know in the comments where you are watching in from today. We want to know your location. We want to know whether you are looking for a SkillBridge internship opportunity or a permanent position. You're a transitioning service member, military spouse, affiliated with the military somewhat, or just an observer. We want to know who you are. So definitely add your detail in the chat. Hey, Shay, Bruce, Robert, lovely to see you all today. Curtis, you're calling in from the UK. That's wonderful. See you. Who else have we got? Stephen, Angela. It's really, Ryan's in Georgia. Marcus in Phoenix, way warmer than me here, I can tell you. If you are new here and you haven't been around before, let me just give you a brief outline of how we work and how we do this. So we are here to share all of our newest and hottest opportunities that we have taken across the week. Every internship that we have is with a corporate organization, corporate company that we genuinely believe in and really do feel that they would add value to you in terms of your transition and be able to offer you a permanent position at the end of your internship. All corporate partners that we work with on the direct hire side, on the permanent position, so job side, are ones that really value the veteran or value the military community and are great corporate partners of ours that we, again, really believe in and want to place our candidates within. We will share our newest and greatest hot jobs across both verticals. And really what we share is a highlight reel. So don't listen and think, oh, they've got 3 roles. None of those are for me. What a waste of time. We have an awesome careers page, which is broken across both spheres. Take a look at that. It's hiremilitary.us, and there are multiple opportunities on both sides at the moment. Also, we are taking new roles on the daily at present. So again, if you don't see anything there and you think, oh, there's nothing for me, a second time, definitely bookmark and check again in a couple of days' time, because we've taken a whole host of roles today that we just haven't been able to get up yet. And so we're not able to talk about. It's been incredibly exciting in the last couple of weeks, and we've got lots of new positions to share with you. Just a bit of housekeeping. If you hear a role that you are interested in and you think, yep, I want to know more detail, I need more information about that, please don't just put interested in the comment. Do put the job title. LinkedIn is such that they don't like us throwing up URLs or links during the live. So we come back and we give you detail after the event. So we need to know what you're interested in. Hey, John, you are calling in from Oklahoma City, Clinton, Fort Riley. Good for you. Dakota in from Arizona. Gosh, I'm jealous of all of these locations. Some details that I wanted to share with you. Check out our hot links on this event and you will get the links for these. But Mike Quinn is doing one of his Mastering LinkedIn webinars this afternoon. It's a workshop that he delivers through the USO Transitions team. If you're not familiar with Mike's name, he is the CEO of our company, and he does this most phenomenal 2-hour workshop where he shares everything you need to know about manipulating LinkedIn for your own personal networking gain. It's really cool. And we often go, even though we've been so many times before. Equally, take a look at our links because we have some great resources on our website. One of them is the Beginner's Guide to an Effective LinkedIn Profile. So if you don't have the time to take with Mike, you can get some Cliff's Notes there. Also, we have created a phenomenal article called How to Target Your Resume. And that really is a one-stop shop to identify and show you how to create a really competitive resume for any job application that you make. So I would love you to check those links out. We've got so many people on this live today. It's lovely to see you all. You've heard from me for a lot now. I feel like I've been talking for a solid 5 minutes. So I am going to hand over to Brandy, who will take a moment to introduce herself.
Thank you so much, Lucy. Hey, everybody, I'm Brandy Walker. You'll start seeing someone else in my place next week. So we do rotate who we're here. Matt Collins is our SkillBridge person. Just want to put that out there. Amber, Lucy, and I are direct hire. I am up here in the Pacific Northwest, and always a little bit better weather than you, Lucy, for sure. I have no idea when my son's spring break is, so thank you for the reminder. No idea. I don't know what's happening these days. So just happy to be here and to talk to you guys. I am military through and through. So Navy brat, Army veteran, military spouse. My husband's actually retired Army. So lots of experience under my belt in all facets of things. So, and it is off to Matt Collins next.
Hey, thank you, Brandy. Matt Collins here. A retiring, so I'm almost to the end of my journey here, and now an employee, a full-time employee with Hire Military, but I'm a product of SkillBridge, coming to you from beautiful Missoula, Montana, where our weather is also always a little bit better than Lucy's. We set the bar low this time of year, but Lucy sets the bar just a little bit lower. So spring is almost on us, and the 50s are coming. But I'm going to talk about some great SkillBridge opportunities today. Really happy to be here again. 28-year Army veteran. I spent a large part of my career in the AGR, Active Duty Guard program, so I always love to answer those questions. Yes, AGR program, you are eligible to do SkillBridge. So if you have some questions today as we talk about roles, we will be happy to answer those questions. With that, I will pass it to the always smiling Amber and introduce herself.
Thanks, Matt. My name's Amber, also on the recruiting team here with Hire Military. I'm an Air Force veteran and a military spouse now. My husband is wrapping up his Air Force career. We are in San Antonio. I'm very happy to be here. Saw some familiar folks. Quick shout out to Stephen Bates. We've been in touch recently, so very happy to see you in the comments. We'll get going. I'm excited to share some roles. Lucy, I'll pass it back your way.
Thank you. And just for me, I'm Lucy Robinson. I'm one of the senior directors here at Hire Military, and I know I speak funny with a weird old accent, but my husband is active duty Air Force. He has taken me all over the world, to include Germany, North Dakota of all places, as well as the center, the interior of Alaska. So we are currently stationed at Eielson Air Force Base. Yeah, it's great. And I'm so happy to be here today. Really looking forward to passing back to the team, sharing the information that we have today. But also, we really want to find out from you what challenges, obstacles, questions, concerns, problems you have. And if we have the opportunity, which we normally do at the end, we normally have about 5 minutes to answer any of those for you, we would love to be able to do that. So if you have a burning question, please do take the opportunity to write that in the comments, and we will endeavor to do our best to get back to you during the live. And if we can't do it now, we'll come back a little bit later and give you a response. So without further ado, I'm going to hand over to Matt Collins, who is going to share our SkillBridge opportunities first. Then we'll move over to the direct hire ones.
Hey, thank you, Lucy. So for those who are first time to our event today, SkillBridge is a DoD-wide program. It is available to any service member that is 6 months out from your end of service. So if you are 6 months out from separating from the military, whether that be your first term or a 20-year veteran and you're retiring, SkillBridge exists for you. And as we talk about these SkillBridge roles today, again, as Lucy mentioned, these are not the only roles we have. We have a multitude of roles. Our website is organic. I use that term a lot because we update it daily, sometimes multiple times in a day. But if you are 6 months out, really ideally more than 6 months out, if you're 8 months, 9 months out from your ETS date, you really need to start searching SkillBridge opportunities. And I will say this today, I'll say it again. If you can give us a direction of what you're looking to do, it's really helpful. I don't say this to beat up on anyone, but if you're telling us, hey, looking for a permanent job in Washington, that's a pretty broad search, right? So what are you looking to do in Washington? Are you starting a band? Are you getting into the music industry? Are you going to be a stand-up comic, or are you looking to go into IT? So we need to know what you're looking to do, right? So if you're looking to do SkillBridge and you're looking to connect with us, have an idea of the industry you want to be in and the location, because that really, really is, it really is helpful for all of us. Give us a place to start that journey. So again, SkillBridge, 6 months out, really sooner. Start having those conversations with your command teams, and then really start thinking about where you're going to be post-military and what industry you want to be into. With that, I'm going to talk about a couple of our SkillBridge roles we have right now. Really excited. So the first role we have is an equipment technician. We talk about this role every week. It's with Texas Instruments, and it's in Dallas, Texas. A great company and a great location. So this is, working in the chip industry, electrical, equipment repairs, equipment improvements. So if you've got some basic mechanical aptitude, this could be a role for you, especially if you're looking to be in Dallas, Texas. And it's a great company, Texas Instruments. I mean, they've been around a long time. It also involves a $6,000 relocation fee. So it's going to really, really ease that transition post-military if you're moving cross country. This is someone that's got military electronics training. So think 3+ years, hands-on technical maintenance experience. If you've got some experience in electrical and mechanical and aptitude, and you've got a desire to jump into this industry, this would be a really cool role to check out. Again, $6,000 relocation fee, and they're going to start the next group, which we call a cohort, on 25 May, and then a subsequent cohort on 29 June. So a really, really exciting opportunity with Texas Instruments in Dallas. The next role I want to talk about is safety coordinator. It's with a company called RBW Logistics. This is a company that solve complex supply chain issues, warehouse management, warehouse efficiency. And this internship would involve ensuring people are trained in proper safety, hazmat protocols. So if you've got a hazmat background in the military, you've got some OSHA certifications, OSHA 30. This is a really, really cool opportunity you might want to check out. You would be ensuring the company is up to speed on regulations, OSHA standards, safety. And then again, you'd be working in a warehouse or a supply chain environment. The ideal candidate would also possess a degree relevant to some safety and industrial operations background or logistics. So if you've got a strong supply background, this would be a really cool role to check out. Again, it's in Augusta, Georgia, and it's with RBW Logistics. So another really exciting SkillBridge opportunity. Last but not least, quality supervisor. Great company. We always talk about Masonite. They are truly one of the most forward-leaning veteran-friendly companies we work with. This role is in Branchburg, New Jersey, home of the Sopranos. Masonite, manufacturing company. They do custom doors and custom designs and then delivery, custom door design and delivery. So this would be someone you'd be involved in monitoring, reporting productivity in a mill, in a warehouse, in a production environment, making recommendations to improve process. So again, if you've got like a lean background, Lean Six Sigma, things like that, lean certifications, huge plus. 3+ years in a manufacturing or quality assurance environment. So again, if you've been in a warehouse in a supply background, this is a really, really cool role to check out. And again, it's in Branchburg, New Jersey, so a pretty cool location as well. So that's a quality supervisor with Masonite. And again, as I said before we talked about these roles, guys, please go to our website. Please filter it by an industry you're looking to go into and then a location you want to be into. So by a state and an industry. If you're looking to be IT in the state of Florida, you can filter those searches. So when you sit down with myself and Buff Agby, my SkillBridge colleague, we know a direction you want to go to. And that really, really does help. So again, those are the SkillBridge opportunities this week. Without any further ado, I will pass it over to you, Brandy.
Thank you, Matt. So my first one is a direct hire or a SkillBridge opportunity. So we're going to cover both sides of the house today, which is something I tend to do these days. We have a trade manager and training program. It's multiple locations. This is a 6-week paid training program to become a trade line manager for service-related companies, and that's HVAC, electrical, and plumbing. I would need to check with Matt Collins, but if you're an intern, you cannot have the paid portion of it because you're still being paid by the military. Just want to put that out there. But it is for SkillBridge. Also on the SkillBridge side, you need to be available to start this mid-April. So what you're going to do is shadow general manager and technicians to understand intricacies of business, to include profit and loss, HR, and corporate relations. Location-wise, we're looking at Portland, Oregon, Highland Point, North Carolina, which is near Greensboro, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and Columbus, Ohio. It's a great opportunity. I don't know what else to say about it. It's paid training if you're a veteran or a military spouse. It's open to you as well. And then if you're a transitioning service member, it's not paid training, but it's still a great opportunity. If it's something you're interested in, type in trade manager in the chat and we'll connect with you. You can also go to our site at hiremilitary.us and search for trade manager and apply from there. So that is that one. That is direct hire and SkillBridge trade manager training. So the second one I have is a project engineer in Tonganoxie, Kansas. It is our client is a pet nutrition manufacturer who produces high quality pet food. In the role, you're responsible for working with the plant design and startup teams to design, install, and bring into operation the new plant. This is a brand new facility. I've been told it's NASA-like in how awesome it is. It's a lot of automation. Responsibilities include driving continuous improvement initiatives for all manufacturing systems from unloading to packaging in order to design in-plant safety, quality, efficiency, and reliability. The project engineer is responsible for leading capital projects, supporting operations startup, and handling technology transfer process of all parts of the raw to packaging areas. So this is pet food manufacturing. So it is not wheelhouse. That successful candidate will need a bachelor's degree in engineering, food science, or related technical field. You will need a working knowledge of quality standards, as well as knowledge of environmental, occupational health, and safety standards. When it comes to preferences, they really would like someone with 2+ years of functional experience in manufacturing, or 1+ year of project management or engineering for project concept through implementation. So all you project managers out there, they're looking for you to be able to do everything from start to finish. So that is project engineer in Tonganoxie, Kansas. And that is all I have. And I see Amber had to go. So Lucy.
Thank you for handing over. So sometimes we have some tech difficulties, tech issues, and one of us has to take over. So let me share the roles that Amber has to share today. So the first one, this is for your IT guys, cyber friends, network administrator in the greater Houston area. So the role would be providing network infrastructure administration and overall support to maintain our clients' deployed business applications. So qualifications needed include a strong understanding of data networks and troubleshooting network device configurations. If you understand what that means, this is definitely the job for you. They do also want a bachelor's degree and experience with critical infrastructure. That's preferred, but certainly it's not a deal breaker. And they will assist with relocation for the right candidate. So that's definitely a really interesting role. And that one is network administrator in the greater Houston area. And if you do take a look at all of our roles on our website, we have all of the salaries attached as well, along with the benefits. So you can definitely take a look and see if this is the right role at the right level for you. In addition, in the DC metro area, we have a senior software engineer. So I've seen a couple of people in the chat today looking for this kind of role in this area. This is with a leading health insurance provider. The HQ is actually out of Baltimore. They are seeking to boost their military affiliated community, and they really take pride in how many veterans they have currently in their wider business. You will be contributing to all areas of SDLC, from design to testing and operation support. Requirements do include a bachelor's and at least 5 years of experience with Java and Spring-related technologies. This is actually a hybrid role, so our client would be supportive of someone in the DC, the Maryland, or the Virginia area. So those two roles, the IT-related, network administrator, greater Houston area, and senior software engineer, DC Metro. So if either of those two are of interest to you, definitely put those in the chat. So first of all, I want to say hi to Peggy. She said that her husband is going to be in Eielson next week. He's lucky because the weather's getting a little bit warmer. We've been at a solid negative something or other for the whole of the winter, but I think he'll be experiencing balmy 15 to 20 degree temps. So good for him. I hope he enjoys it and reports back. Maybe sees a moose. We haven't had many questions in the chat today, so that's not a problem. That's okay. What I did want to share with you is if you are like, yeah, you know, great roles and all, but nothing for me, take a look at our website, and there are 2 buttons where you can join our talent pools. One is for SkillBridge. So if you are looking for a SkillBridge internship opportunity, press that one. If you are looking for a permanent job and you want us to consider you when our new roles come in, click that one. And what happens is you register your interest, you upload, you submit your resume. And when positions come in, we go to our pipeline, first of all, and we utilize that as a database to search for candidates who may be interested. And we can get in touch with you proactively rather than wait for you to take a look at our website. So if that's of interest to you, definitely take a look, and we would love you to join. Peggy's told me that he's already seen a moose because he's in Anchorage at Elmendorf. So that's brilliant. I'm really pleased. Who have we? Amber, we've got you back. It's nice to see you. I didn't see you whilst I was talking, so sorry if you jumped in while I was discussing your roles. Was there anything more that you wanted to add?
I will add a few things. I'm going to jump back to that network administrator really quickly. This is a really, really exciting position, and I'm so happy to be able to share it with everybody. We just took this position yesterday. I met with our client. They are thrilled to be able to welcome our community. Some of the benefits of this particular company, they are a relatively small company, and they have an on-site gym, which I think is really fantastic. A lot of people have been asking about the work hours for this particular role. Typical daytime hours, 8 to 5 is what you could expect. They have that on-site facility, though, because their company does run 24-hour operations. Other benefits for this network administrator, though, they offer a 401k with a 6% match, which is pretty impressive. So if there's any questions about this position, I know we're going to get a lot of responses. So I'm really, really happy to answer all of the questions. I know you did mention, Lucy, and I appreciate it. They are all willing to support somebody to relocate to that area. So it's actually in Livingston, a little bit outside of Houston, but they did say that a lot of the folks on their team are making that commute from the north side of Houston into Livingston. So definitely something that's doable for those folks in the greater Houston area. Otherwise, I feel like you really covered the senior software engineer. I really appreciate it. Sorry, my internet had a hiccup there, you guys.
No worries at all. You know what? It just tells me that I don't know what I don't know. And those are just words on a screen to me. A lot of that is a completely different language. So Stephen Engel has asked in the chat, and I see that Kate has answered, but let's do this for the wider population here. He's asked if we help with resume writing because, after a significant military career, it's not that easy to put what you've done into civilian speak. And I think there are a couple of things to add there. So, Stephen, I think Kate has already said that we don't. That is not part of our service. We are recruiters rather than career counselors. By the time you get to us, you're kind of job ready. We do support on targeting a resume in order to really demonstrate yourself as a great candidate to our clients. But we don't actually work from scratch. And she's name-checked Hire Heroes USA. Also, the USO transitions team supports that. Both of them are two great organizations. But I think there's a misnomer, and maybe we can have a conversation about this, Nat, and a misunderstanding about what you need to do to create a resume post-active duty. And in regard to the civilian language, the best way to do that is to start having conversations with people who are already in the role that you want to be in, and also start looking at job descriptions of roles that you're really interested in as well. And look at the language that they use to describe the tasks that you have performed. And if they are completely different, start utilizing that verbiage, those words, in order to be able to substantiate your experience rather than, a bullet from one of your performance evaluations. That is one of the biggest things that we say. Second of all, you don't have to put 25 years of experience onto your resume. Literally, the last 10 years is sufficient. So it is a 2-page document, and you really want to just highlight your most recent, the last 10 years, for some that's still very recent, but also the most relevant experience. So if you are applying for, let's just say, a program manager in IT solutions, you really want to give your skill set and your experience as it's relevant and as it pertains to that role that you're applying to. The recruiter reading your resume doesn't need a war and peace about everything that you've done in the military over the last 10 years. You really want to give them how you are relevant and what your experience is in terms of the role that you're applying to and that relevance. And what I would really encourage you to do, because I think you'll get so much more out of reading this than you would just me explaining this right now. Go to our careers page, our website, hiremilitary.us. Take a look at the resources, the job seeker resources tab at the top, and go down to how to target your resume. And, I think it's a 3 or 4 page document, and it really breaks it down how to create a really ideal and good resume to support your application. So, Brandy, we've got another question, actually. Ethan has asked, if I've already completed a SkillBridge program with a different company, am I still eligible for a paid intern program after my service? What do you say?
And the answer is yes. after you're out of the military, you can kind of do what you want. So you cannot do a paid internship during your service. You do a SkillBridge internship. You can only do one after you're out of the military. You've gotten your DD-214. It's your last day. You're moving on with your life. Yes, you can do a paid internship program. So I think when it comes to the word internship, we use it in the military for the SkillBridge program. It can also mean different things in the civilian world because you have college internships. You have, other kinds of paid internships that companies put on. So they are not the same definition, but different applications of it. So that is the answer. Quick answer is yes, you can after service.
Thank you. Amber, I'm going to throw this one to you, but it's a slightly tricky one, and I think we could all share in the answer. So Jarrett has said, as recruiters, do you see an issue where an applicant's job title does not necessarily match the accomplishments in the job? His title was from a financial institution, but his daily role was more aligned to an HR business partner. How does he get recruiters to look beyond his titles?
That is tricky. And I think that it's really being able to look at the accomplishments that you have, Jarrett, in your in that previous role, right? And be able to align them to the positions where you're applying for. Like, we can see, job titles, but I think more importantly is as we dig into those job titles, what exactly did you accomplish in those roles? Because if it aligns really well with the position that you are applying for, then it just makes sense. And it's completely understandable that sometimes you take on different duties that may not align well with your actual job title, or you wear multiple hats in one job title. But I'm sure there's other perspectives. What do you guys think?
I think you can also really use, I think Amber's right, you really do need to extrapolate that detail, but you can also really use your professional summary at the top of your resume to really sell yourself, to compel that recruiter to read further. And you don't need to use your job title there. You can say, for example, HR professional or operations professional, business professional. You don't need to say finance there, and really then give your elevator pitch on why you would be the absolute perfect match. And normally that's from taking a look at the qualifying criteria and certifications, and maybe a couple of tasks and duties or the roles and responsibilities, and creating a 5 or 6 line summary about you that would make me read and go, oh my gosh, this person is absolutely perfect for the role. Let me read further. And to be honest, we don't really pay much attention to job titles if the detail, like Amber said, within the jobs is aligned to what we are looking for. So it's just about positioning yourself and giving them the information that they need. Now, nobody knows your experience and nobody knows your resume better than you. You can pull out information as well as add it in if it's going to help position you as an ideal candidate for the role. And again, do take a look at the newsletter that we wrote. It's the one that I mentioned on our website, because it really shows you line by line how to do this.
Curtis, in that comment just above, he says, make sure the bling is at the top of the first page. I like that, the bling. I've never thought to call all of those things the bling, but he's definitely right.
Oh my gosh, let's steal it. We'll call it the bling. Okay, so we've got...
I have one thing to add, Lucy.
Please
Please leave out the purple prose of the proven leaders, and I've proven this, and things like that. That's that purple prose. It means nothing. It's just flowery language. So tell us actually what it is. Be straightforward. Don't try to sell us on your proven leadership that we don't know what you're talking about, because there's no proof.
Make a really valid point. And what really gets me is if I'm recruiting for, let's just say, a project management role, because we often recruit for project managers, and somebody says logistics professional. They position themselves in the professional summary at the top as a logistics professional or a vehicle maintenance inspector. My first reaction, or our first reaction, is, well, you're applying for a project management role. Why aren't you a project management professional? So think about it like that. We only know about you based on the information that you give us. And it's about the manipulation of that information so that we see the version of you that we need to see. So really consider it like that. We've got one last question, and I'm really sorry. I honestly probably need some help pronouncing this name. So if anybody can help me, I'm going to try those. So Linergy has said, as recruiters, what should applicants do if they've submitted for jobs that they are qualified for, but cannot get past the resume under review for over 30 days? My personal opinion is you think you're qualified for, but does your resume indicate the same level of strength? I'm going to put that back to you. Because as recruiters, we meet with phenomenal candidates on a daily basis that when we meet them face to face, they blow us away. They can talk about the role that they're applying to in such great detail and length and depth. But when we look at their resume, we would have rejected it upon first glance because it's awful. So it really goes back to the strength of your resume. And would somebody who knows nothing about you be able to look at your document and go, yes, you are highly qualified for this and you are the perfect candidate? And if the answer is yes, which it probably isn't, because there's so much work that we can all do. But if it is, then I can't really help you. But if it isn't, if you do look at it and go, yeah, no, actually, I haven't said this, I haven't said this, I haven't said this, then again, I would either suggest and encourage that you meet with a career counselor. So Hire Heroes USA, USO transitions team have great careers counselors that you can meet with, and they can help support you on that. Or again, take a look at the document that we created, and it really will hopefully open your eyes as to what a great resume looks like. Gosh, I feel like we've talked for England today, this afternoon. It's lovely to see you all. Amber, Brandy, Matt, thank you ever so much. Is there anything more that anybody wants to add?
No, nothing. We covered it all. Really looking forward to the workshop tonight with Michael Quinn.
Yeah, yes, absolutely. We're always there in the chat, so we look forward to seeing you. Have a wonderful rest of the week. We will see you next Tuesday at exactly the same time, 2 p.m. Eastern time. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.